Hi, I'm Daniel Rechnitzer and welcome to the Intuition Wisdom channel. Every day we're helping liberate people from the rat race, helping them to become self-mastered and to live their life purpose, to really make a difference to themselves and the planet. Now, if you're ready to change your life and step into your power and access that limitless intuition, then you've come to the right place. So today I want to share with you some golden highlights from my feature videos. And once you've checked this one out, remember to look at the description for more videos just like this one. All right, let's dive in. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are back on Answers from Within, and we have a very special guest today. A big fan of the show, as I've been told, directly from him. And we have Jan. Hello.
Hello, Daniel.
So what's your question, Jan? How can I help you?
Well, I don't really have any particular question. I'm just, I've been unraveling so many mind lies, and I know there's a lot more in there. So I'm just wondering what you can see as a next step for me to unravel, maybe.
Beautiful. Yeah, I'll have a look for you. Give me 1 sec. We'll see what the biggest mind lie or non-truth that's getting in your way is. I need to be liked.
Yes. That's definitely a big one. And I think I am aware of that one, but I catch myself all the time needing approval.
Yeah. And kudos to you for being aware of it. It's a very, very big one. It's a very deep one, and it takes a lot to get through. So the fact that you're aware of it means that you're 50%, at least 50% on your way out the other side of it. So let's see what the truth is that will set you free on this one, okay? The first thing that's coming up is we relate to wanting others to like me as a way of feeling, well, I'm on track. If others like me, that means they see something in me that's like them. That must mean I'm not straying too far from the norm, means I'm still relatively embraced by society. And that to me is a testament to I could be on track to success, to big things, to happiness, and maybe even one day I might be on track to liking myself. Because that's ultimately why we want to be successful and why we want to have all these things, so we can be pleased within ourselves. But when you look at it like that, you get to see that the mind is having you play that out in reverse. It's like, well, let's go get likes from other people, and then one day, eventually, you might be in a good enough position that you're likable for yourself. Well, we're going to just kind of circumvent the next 10 years or 15 years of that process, and we're going to come right back to what's most important out of all of this, as you would now know, is you. Liking you without needing others to like you. Okay?
Pretty awesome.
So when we go into that, we just want to kind of fast track it and forward ahead. What we get to see is that my opinion, this is a belief in you, another mind lie, my opinion doesn't count. My opinion doesn't matter. If it did, I wouldn't need to seek validation and approval from others. My opinion, flat out, has no bearing in society whatsoever, and I can't really rely on myself as a source as to whether I can indicate I'm on the right track, or whether I'm smart, or whether I'm angling for the right thing. So there is this lack of faith, a lack of belief in how accurate you are in seeing the bigger picture. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
And this is the impetus for, well, I need other people And of course you're going to remain stuck in needing other people,
Right.
whilst you believe that you're just not a reliable source of information, right?
Right.
So let's drill down into why have you judged yourself, or more to the point, why have you concluded, you've like literally made the decision, concluded, I am not a reliable source of information, I cannot be trusted, I therefore need to defer to others. I need experts. I'm not an expert. So the truth behind all of that, or we should say some further non-truth, is other people seem to reject what I say. And I'm seeing when you're a bit younger, and even as a teenager, you would put ideas forward, suggestions, options, and people would kind of look at you strangely with, why would I listen to you? That's a dumb suggestion. That's a dumb idea. Make sense? Do you remember any of that?
No, not really.
Well, it looks to me that this started as a young kid and went into teenage years, where you wanted to be embraced for your ideas, for your suggestions, for your options, and they got disregarded.
Yeah.
So you drew a conclusion that I've obviously got bad ideas. I've obviously not an authority, not one that people are wanting to listen to, so forget it. I'm going to defer to others. So that's where it came from. You made an observation which wasn't true, and then you made a conclusion that wasn't true. And now that's taking you away from your greatness and the perfect path for your success. So the truth for you, let's have a look if you're open to that. Let me see how deep I can go there. This is interesting. Okay, so the truth for you was, when you were giving suggestions to people and you've been giving ideas and opinions, you weren't being fully honest with yourself. Meaning, where part of you is coming from was, if I give an opinion that they like, I'll feel good. I'll feel recognized, or even I'll feel popular or approved of. So what you are being shown is, if you come into this world and you try and do things to gain somebody else's approval, you're going to be shot down. Because the universe says, to hell with that crap. That is a waste of time. You need to recognize that to bring forth greatness in this world comes from seeing greatness in you already. It's not, I'm doubting myself and hopefully someone else will mirror back and tell me I'm great. That's not where greatness comes from. Because how you go into a situation is how you come out of a situation. You go in with self-doubt, you're coming out with self-doubt. You go in there going, I doubt myself, I want their approval. You're coming out of there going, now I even doubt myself even more, and now I really need approval.
Makes total sense.
That's what's going to happen. So you were going to all these life situations going, I'm a little bit unsure. I don't know whether my greatness is great, so I'm going to go out there with it and see what people say. And every time, slap, 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 slap in your face, because you needed to be shown that's not the path. Don't do that, because you're going to ruin your life. So, which brings us to some deep, very important truth for you, Jan, and that is, leaders can't go out there to the world of followers and ask for approval.
That's right.
You can't have the generals in the army going out to the front line and going to the privates going, so what do you think of my strategy? Do you think it's right? Do you think it's not right? The general, the leaders are the leaders because they know they're leaders. It's just what they're made of. So here you were thinking you were a follower needing approval and opinions without ever realizing you were a natural born leader. You never got it. It hasn't clicked. So let's just focus on that in the remaining time that we have, is in integrating what you are and why you don't need anyone else's approval.
Sounds great.
Your ideas are fresh. You're taking them to an audience that is stale, stagnant, and you're expecting them to validate them. The challenge about being a leader, the challenge with being a leader is you really have to have confidence in your own ideas. You have to love your own ideas, take them out to the world, and cop some rejections and cop some criticism, but knowing if you stick to your ideas, everything will become better and better in your own life and other people's lives. So there's a small price to pay. But for you, you've kind of had it in your head that to be a good leader, you need to listen to others' opinions and what people say and all of that. And that makes a lousy leader.
Right.
And it goes against conventional thinking. You need to see, talk, and blah, blah, blah. But when you're bringing through ideas that clash with the convention, there's no point going and asking the convention whether the ideas are good or not, because they clash. It's like me going to a doctor, a group of doctors, and saying, so what do you think about what I know about how to heal an illness, cancer, whatever? What do you think about that? And it so contravenes their whole identity, their entire 10 years of study. Do you think I'm going to get a warm reception?
No.
And I haven't. I never have from them. Because what you're saying, or the way they're hearing it, is we're wrong, and everything we've ever believed is wrong, and what we're doing today is wrong. No one's going to come back to you with, oh, thanks for pointing that out. Thanks a lot. They're not going to do that. But that's what you're looking for. You're coming out to the world and going, I'm going to show you something revolutionary. I'm going to show you something amazing. Why aren't you giving me a good reception? And it's just because you're showing up where they're doing everything wrong. No, they're not going to embrace that. So where you need to get to is, if the idea resonates with me, that's all I need. Because at the end of the day, you're making yourself happy, right? So if it feels good inside you and you love it and you embrace it, it's like, wow. It's kind of like drinking a hot chocolate or a nice coffee. It's like, well, I've made myself feel good. Mission accomplished.
Right. It feels good because it is good.
Exactly, right? Because when you have bad ideas, they don't feel good in the body. So if it's truth, it's going to feel good. But here's what you really need to integrate is, stop there. It feels good for me. Now I can stop questioning it.
All right. Don't look elsewhere for approval. Just
stop there, because I'm gonna repeat all this because I don't feel it's quite sunk in. When you sit down to have, what's your favorite drink? Give me your favorite drink. Coffee? Which one?
Water probably is my favorite probably.
Beer?
Yeah, I love it all. But,
when you sit down to have some, and once you've drunk it, do you feel the need to go and share it with everybody else so your experience of it is good or not?
no.
It's enough that you had it, isn't it? It's enough. Now, this is what you're integrating. I'm bringing good experiences to myself, not just with what I eat or who I spend time with, but with my ideas, with my expressions and my wisdom and my inspiration. So once it lands for you, it doesn't need to go anywhere else. If it does go beyond you, know that it's up to the idea itself to give the same feelings to those people. It's not you
Right.
who's attempting to give those feelings to those people.
I'm trying to convince him.
Let the idea, the knowledge, the information, let it do what it does. It's consciousness, it's energy. It doesn't need you. It is its own consciousness. So once you share it or it passes on from you in some form or another, don't be attached to how it lands, what others do with it, because the real gift isn't what happens after it leaves you. The gift is what it's given you.
I see.
Thank you for watching, and make sure you give us the thumbs up if you loved it. Now, also remember to subscribe so we feel supported and we feel encouraged to keep making more videos like this. Now, my best recommendation is for you to check out the links below to find the perfect video for you. Choose whatever resonates. I'm sure you'll love it.